Greetings, everyone. This is Elizabeth. Thank you so much for joining me today. We are using that beautiful stamping block again. This is our final creation, and it's going to be so adorable. We're going to stamp this beauty on some transparent vellum. And then we're going to chop it up into little bitty pieces so that we can glue it to some votive candles. Now, these little candle holders I did pick up at the at-home store on clearance. So definitely shop those clearance aisles for some great deals. I got 9 votives for $5. All right, here we're pulling out our colors: Spice Marmalade, Dusty Concord, Rusty Hinge, and Tea-Dyed. I'm going to do a little bit of rubbing, a little bit of tapping, just to get the colors on there the way I want. I'm not worried about them contaminating. I've done this quite a few times, and if I feel they might be contaminated, I just wipe them with a rag, and they work perfectly fine the next time. I did spritz the stamp a little bit, turning it to adjust for my vellum. And we're just going to lay that on there and smoosh it down. Make sure there's contact. As you can see, there's a couple of little air bubbles, but I just mooshed them around and everything, and it seems to take the ink okay. Now we're going to heat set that because vellum takes a while for any kind of ink to dry and it buckles. So we're going to position the paper in a flat area and apply the heat, and the heat will help it stay flat. And you can kind of play with it. If it starts to roll one way or the other, you just add the heat to the backside and apply a bend in the opposite direction, and it will lay pretty flat. It turned out pretty darn cool. And we're not even going to clean the stamp. We're just going to add the exact same colors 3 more times, and that will fill our entire sheet of you know, the pretty stuff. Words are hard. Our vellum. And vellum comes in all sorts of thicknesses and transparencies. So find one that suits you. And just know when you get it wet, it will curl, but you can easily flatten it back out. We're going to do our cleanup after we get our 4 panels all stamped. And for cleanup, we spritz the stamp and then grab a scrap paper and pick that ink up. You'll be surprised at how much ink is actually left over. And I've got 2 really good chunks to use in another project. And definitely make sure you heat set that, maneuver it around, and position it the way you need to flatten it out. Here, I wrapped that vellum around the votive to see if it would be better to cut strips off the long side or off the short side, and I did opt to cut my strips from the short side. And from each strip, I was able to cut 3 1 1/4 by 1 3/4. Is that correct? It's probably not, but for my votive, I was able to cut 3 panels for the sides of the votive. And for that 4th side, I'm going to pull out a stamp that will kind of match my design and cut a flower out to put on the 4th side of the candle. Now, having 3 sides one way and then the focal point of the candle really will allow me to mix and match them and set them up on my table more festively, I can say. And here I just take 3 of each of the vellums and put them with the votive, and here's that lovely stamp. It's from the Fresh Cut Flowers from Simon Hurley. It's a pull apart stamp, so I just picked the one flower I wanted. And remember, definitely want to heat set, and it's kind of like heat embossing. you can see a shine on the stamped image, and when you heat it, that shine kind of goes away and it's a flat color. That's what you're looking for when you need to heat set your inks, the shine to go away. But be careful, vellum is very tender little piece of paper and you can scorch it. And that little white spot that showed up, that's a burn mark. So just be cautious. Keep that heat tool moving around. And if you have a scan and cut, I would suggest that you pop that in there to see if you can cut those out. But if not, it really didn't take that long to fussy cut. And I rather enjoy fussy cutting, so that's okay for me. After we get all of our fussy cutting done, it is time to assemble our project. And we're going to pull out our art glitter glue, decoupage glue, Mod Podge glue, anything that is a water-based glue that we can apply with a little extra water. And I found that my Barely Art glue was fabulous for this application. Now, if you're just doing a couple of votives, you can definitely turn these items into stickers. I opted not to in this example because if we're doing a large quantity, a liquid adhesive will be better. Now, being that it's a wet adhesive, it will cause the vellum to curl and buckle and be weird. I did find applying the glue to the vellum directly was a lot better than trying to apply it to the glass and then trying to stick the vellum to the glass that way. And it does leave paint marks, but I kind of like that. And if you don't, definitely put it into a sticker machine and make stickers out of them. But this process actually didn't take very long. You can see it tries to curl up, but you just add a little bit of pressure and hold it there for a few seconds and it's good. If you miss a spot, you can go back and add a little bit more glue directly from the bottle. You don't have to water it down and it will stay put for you. And I'm going to add some little twinkle lights that I got off of Amazon and pull out my garland of die cuts that I made in another video and create a little centerpiece for this. Let me know what you think down in the comments. And if it inspires you to get crafty, be sure to hashtag #ChatWithSassy on Instagram or Facebook. I'd love to see what you create. You can also join our Facebook group, Chat with Sassy's Crafty Friends, and post your projects there. We'd love to chat with you about it. I hope you have a great day, everyone. Bye-bye.